If you clicked on this video, it's probably because you're wanting to be a full-time creative and you're questioning, how is that even possible? And what I found in my community is that a lot of people lack these three things that bring you to the next level when it comes to creativity, as I'm like almost hitting soft boxes. But it's crazy that you think about these things and it's so easy to overlook what you need as a foundation to get started. And so before you even touch the gear, before you even get into the financials, it's really important to understand these foundational things to move yourself into a season in which you are prepared for all the things that come next. But first, I've got a podcast that I need to set up for. We've got light ready to go and this huge set, not huge actually, the least huge thing that's possibly ever existed. I see you. And we got to turn this into a functioning set with 2 cameras in the next 30 minutes. So let me get to that and I'll be back in a sec. So some time has passed and I want to show you what the pod looks like right now. And then I have the first lesson, which is have the curiosity of a student. Over here, we have the new setup. I'm really excited about it. I have no idea what it's gonna look like on camera yet. I did some testing with Devin, but I wanted to see really what's possible because this is the first podcast I've had in this space. I wanted to rent this space because I wanted to do the Silo podcast in a more professional manner, in a spot that I don't have to keep tearing down and setting up the gear all the time. And now, only 6 months into the year, is the first time that this is actually getting some usage, which I'm really excited about. I mean, obviously I've used it for other videos, but we've got so much going on now and I'm really excited. I even, whether this is good or not, got a little like flag on the light here, which is just my jacket. But over here, this might be completely blown out, but it is just an AMRAD 200X blasting in the wall as some fill. Over here, we've got Devin's camera. Ooh, R6 Mark II, 4K 24 is what I'm going for here. Shure SM7 dBs, so we're not having to do anything in post to make sure that the levels are good. Let me just give you a quick little wide. This is kind of what it looks like in the corner here. I think in the future I'm gonna run these XLRs underneath the carpet, but for now this is how it's gonna go. We got our zoom as always. We're putting in work right now. This is where my second camera will be, but I'm using it to record right now. On a normal pod, we would have me producing right here, taking notes, and computer out, ready to go. I'll be monitoring audio, but for this one, I'm actually going to be interviewing this person. So I get to be in that seat right there. First time ever in the studio, which I'm excited about. But let's get to the first point, which is you need to have a curiosity of a student. And what that means to me, at least, and what I've discovered over the years is like, you need to have that like learning mentality. You need to be able to open your mind that the experts are in the room are not necessarily you all the time. And even though you're just starting out and you want to show that you're confident in what you do and everything like that, allow yourself to humble yourself, to be willing to be like, no, I'm wrong. Hey, I want to learn from you. Who in my circles and in my community can I reach out to and say like, no, this is where I want to kind of submit myself to someone else, of being willing to go under someone's wing or just get advice and not be like, I'm the newest hot thing on the block and I know everything about it. So if you're a student and you have the curiosity of one, you will ask questions, even if it makes you look uneducated, stupid, whatever the word is in that kind of field, but it's all so necessary for growth. And so how I've done this in the past has been reaching out to photographers and coaches and people that I believe in and say, hey, I want to work with you, whatever that capacity looks like. Can I work for free under you? Can I do work for you? And just be willing to do what they need in order to grow for a lower cost or whatever. I think that's something you just have to work out in your head. Is if you're not even working a ton right now in the field that you're looking at to do more in, like, how can I get around people that are already doing it? Because who knows, in the future they might be able to give work to you on an actual paid basis once they see and have been surrounded by you and the proximity, right? Proximity, the word of the year. Proximity matters, and that's what a student is good for. And that's also what the next one is really good at talking about. The goal of the student is not to influence other people, but you also have to have the conviction of an expert. You have to have an opinion on things. You have to be able to say, I like this and I dislike this. This is what my enemy is. This is what I'm fighting against. So for me, in community, right, I'm fighting against loneliness. Loneliness is my enemy. And if you make that statement really clear for yourself, you'll be able to walk into rooms with conviction. You'll walk into areas where if you've studied well enough as a student and have been curious long enough, you will have an opinion on it. Whether you like to shoot portraits at 35 millimeters or 85, you will have something that you like more than the other option at the very least. And I'm not saying being controversial here, but figure out what your stance is on things, because I personally don't want to be loved by everyone. It's not healthy to do that, because that comes with a lot of behaviors that are just not healthy, right? Like, I don't want to serve everyone because I literally can't. And so figuring out what that scope looks like is super important. But take a stand on something, figure out what your enemy is, and I think that's what's going to take you to the conviction of an expert, is being able to say that. Bruh, if you can tell me what I was looking at when I filmed that last clip, I will give you $100 because I was just in another world, it looked like. And so the third thing I want to talk to you about today is the commitment of a mentor. We talk about student, expert, and now a mentor sticks around to unearth things in your own life. They talk to you and they see the good in you, they see the bad in you, and they choose to figure out what the next steps that you need to take are. And a lot of times that's deep learnings that take a while to unearth. Pulling that out of you is not just as simple as like, what's your favorite color, right? It's asking the hard questions, letting you kind of marinate on it for a little bit and come back with your findings. They draw these things out of you. And how important is it to have the patience? It's about patience, right? It's over time, it's commitment over time, and it's how do you figure out how to do that sustainably long term, right? As a student, you're curious, you want to learn. That's something that can be picked up rather quickly in the long game of life, right? You have being an expert, you want to stand for something, you want to be able to fight against an enemy. But what does it look like then to have the patience and the commitment and the possibility, the longevity of being a mentor? I'm not saying you have to know it all, but what does it look like to possibly be that expert, but then not only be the inward expert, but then the external expert where you're talking to other people about these topics. And you don't have to know it all. You don't have to be the one person in your area that knows it, but you have to be able to be a student and be around other people. But that also applies to being a mentor. You have to be able to know the ecosystem, know the area, to then plant new seeds, bring new things out of the dirt, out of the people around you. And I think that's super key, because you can do a student's work, you can be curious, you can obtain all the knowledge, you can be around the right people, you can have proximity, you can have an enemy now that you figured out what things you are good at, what things you want to pursue. But if you're not reinvesting, I would say reinvesting is even the word here. If you're not reinvesting that into the next generation, if you're not reinvesting that into teaching others, if you're not investing that in just giving the resources and the time that was invested into you to other people, I would strongly suggest that you are not fulfilling what the creative journey has for you. Not everyone has to be the expert or a mentor. I'm not saying that you need to start charging people for your time, but invest in other people. Be there for them when they ask questions. Don't send them into the void, and don't be like, hey, you gotta pay me $50 for your time. That's just, I don't know. That doesn't sit right with me, right? you get to a capacity where that has to be the case in order to make whatever your creative thing is a reality. But that doesn't mean you can't, give away 2 or 3 hours of your time each month, maybe 10 hours of your time each month to sit down with new people that want to learn from you. And I think it's so important, and that's what I strive to do, right? I don't care to call myself a mentor, but what does it look like to invest in other people? Whether they say that it's worth their time or it's worth your time, be the one that has the purpose and the long-term mindset to reinvest in other people. And so why I think it's super key, and why my camera, this whole video, has been struggling to focus, I feel like, is because you just need to get out there and implement these 3 things. Have the curiosity of a student, have the conviction of an expert, and have the commitment of a mentor. If you do those 3 things in your creative journey, I guarantee you will find new ways to impact the world and be more purpose-driven, more purposeful in your pursuit of the arts. If you enjoy this video, drop it a like, give it a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.